understand me?
Right.
Yeah. And you don't know where the robbers got the gun from. Then what are you trying to tell me?
Right. So whom are you blaming it on, Papi?
You're blaming the police.
Right. You are blaming the police for this. All right. So now I have Francis and Papi on one side. They are blaming whatever happened at Kwabena on the policemen, whilst Nana Amprofo is saying that this should be blamed on the government, because if no big man somewhere is supporting these criminals, nothing of this sort would happen. But my question to you, gentlemen, is that let's look at how the incident happened. We don't have concrete evidence at the moment, but it is alleged that a bread seller closer to the Kwabena police station aided these men to be able to free their people out of jail. How did this happen? She transported her phone. Okay, she had one of the robbers on phone who wanted to speak to an inmate. So she had to send the phone to the person for them to communicate. And my question, the big question every Ghanaian is asking, is that how did this woman get access to the cell? Were there no policemen at duty at that moment that the woman could easily transport the phone to the inmates in there? Any of you can answer this question for me.
Our interest. Can I?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, I'm a bit surprised with the submission my senior colleague Claude brought up.
Right.
And
Right.
yeah, to some extent he's making a point. But on the other hand, trying to politicize this very issue, it's a bit worrying.
Okay.
Bringing invisible force, Delta Force, and all those things into this issue. Yeah, it is true something of that sort has happened.
Right.
But in this case, it is far from that. Okay.
How
so? It is far from that. Like you rightly said, that bread seller or whoever it is at that material moment who aided this whole issue to happen. I don't think she's part of the invisible force or something. I'm just assuming she's not. She may be able to join them. I don't know about that.
Right, but Francis, not to cut you, if the security system at that police station at that particular moment was really tight, I don't think that woman would have got access
Very
to
well.
the cell.
That is exactly my point.
It all boils down to the fact that the government is not doing enough when it comes to security in Ghana.
How do you want government to
if people can go to our court, to free their people.
They talk to these police. Do you think? Are you trying to tell me government is happy with what is going on about this Delta Force?
I can tell you.
They are not.
Hold on.
And
I can tell you
that.
I can tell you with authority that
if you are always talking about this issue, with
Francis, hold on.
Government officials.
Right, Francis, hold on. I want Nana to come in here, but before Nana comes in, Francis, you asked the question that are we trying to say that government is happy with whatever is going on? Francis, yes, you were born in one cast. Yes, it's an adage in tree. When you were born in one cast, something. I'm not so good at that adage, but when they are doing something wrong to you and you don't talk, it will be done to you even worse than what is being done to you. So if the invisible forces or Delta forces or whatever, Francis, hold on for me. If the invisible forces or whatever forces they call themselves were able to go to the court to free their people out of the court without allowing the law to take its course, then and we didn't have any government official coming out to condemn the act of these invisible men. I'm telling you, Francis, nobody really came out. Nobody really came out on authority.
Speaking against it.
Francis, nobody really came out boldly to condemn this. And so if something was done and nobody condemned it, then these robbers have the edge to go on and do this. Francis, hold your thought for me.
I have
Nana,
personally heard the president condemn this.
Francis, we have condemnation and we have condemnation. If you stand on your grounds and you tell us that, look, my people, we employed you some way, somehow during the election period. Now we are in government. Election is over. We are no longer doing party things here. We are dealing with the nation first. If the president had come out to say this categorically, I don't think anybody would do such lawless acts in this country anymore. But Francis, hold your thoughts. Nana, quickly come in. Then I go to Papi.
Oh, this is interesting.
So your question on the bread seller or cannot tell like who the access to the business.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the question we need to ask.
Yeah, that is what I was coming to answer. I was cut short.
No. Wait. What is the state of our police stations now?
Mm-hmm.
What is the state of our police stations now?
Mm-hmm.
We go to the police stations, and then anyone at all has access to it because the police themselves don't have that security.
Right.
Government is not doing enough for them. The state of their borders are not good.
Right.
That they are trying to that people carry to themselves. And then it is telling you that our government is not providing the infrastructure that the police need for their work.
Mm-hmm.
And then to
we are not being citizens if we are always looking up to government to do every single thing for us. That is not citizen enough. We should know. If you are telling me you expect government to buy shoe, to buy every single thing, even a pen for you to write.
No. Francis, whose job is it to provide these things?
Exactly.
I don't take taxes. The government does.
I don't think government. No. When we talk of government, what comes in mind?
Don't tell me you and I are government.
Mm-hmm.
Listen.
Even though we are.
My question has not been answered. When we talk of government, what comes in mind?
Right.
If you are patriotic and you expect government to buy something for you, you need the thing. You can produce it by yourself, and government hasn't done it. As patriotic as you are, you should be able to do that.
Yes.
I know of some instances where people use their personal cars.
Of course.
People use their personal cars to do their job for government.
Of course.
People build roads.
Hold your
People
thoughts
do
for
not
me,
look up to
gentlemen.
government. They build roads. People do not look up to government. They build schools and other infrastructure.
Exactly.
Why always government?
Hello.
But Francis, hello. Okay,
Hello,
gentlemen, hold your thoughts for me. Yes, my dear.
You just listen to me.
Okay.
So, kind of, they're attacking people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me ask you one question.
Okay.
So, do you think putting such criminals at that place, do you think it's a good idea? The best thing that they should have done is to keep them at the headquarters.
Okay. So your thought is that even putting them at Kwabena is wrong in the first place.
It's wrong.
Okay.
It's wrong.
Why? Kwabena is not safe enough for them?
No, it's not like that. It's like when you enter that police station, you can see the cellmate
Okay.
peeking through the bus, just right behind the counter. So what do you think?
Okay.
The Awaba can easily jump over the counter and have access to the doors.
Right.
Please, I'm not cutting you short, but to add to what you are saying, okay? You see, like Nana Popo was saying, you have to blame government for bad. Yeah, it's good to blame government. You are criticizing government. That is what a citizen must do. But have to ask yourself, if the police officers are serious themselves, are they going to entertain anyone at all in their station? That is the first question that comes in. 2, if as a police officer, you know the right thing to do. Okay, there have been instances where you take someone to the police station, the police themselves take money from these same criminals and they leave them to go. Does government know?
You don't have evidence of this.
I do.
Do you have evidence of that?
I do. Not with regards to this particular issue, but there have been other issues where people pay money and they are released. Is government the one to yeah.
All right. Right. Gentlemen, please hold your thoughts for me.
So those people, are you going to blame the government for this action?
Francis, please hold your thoughts for me.
To be blamed, let's assume Akufo-Addo is the government. Do you expect the president to go to that police station? How many police stations in the country?
Right.
Gentlemen, people in charge of every police station.
Hi. Please hold your thoughts for me. Now, let's move to another angle of this whole topic. I think our viewers and our listeners would be really interested in this aspect of this topic. Now, most Ghanaians are asking this pertinent question that during former President John Dramani Mahama's reign, now COP Kofi Boakye was on almost all the streets of Ghana, even though he was stationed at Kumasi, where he later moved to Accra. Now, this man, during his tenure of office, ensured that there was no, if not less, there was no crime or criminal activity at where he was stationed. But the question most Ghanaians are asking now is that President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is in government now, and COP Kofi Boakye, whom most criminals, if not all, are scared of, has been put in an office. COP Kofi Boakye, whom most criminals are scared of, has been put in an office where we are no longer feeling his presence, which could also be a contributing factor to this Kwabena jailbreak and matters arising. What have you got to say? I'm starting with you, Nana Mpofu.
All right, look, see why we are where we are now. We have a man who we all in and see to be competent enough to fight these crimes.
Right.
Now, this man has been taken and placed at research or whatever department, and it's only following.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot downplay the politics in the police service.
Mm-hmm.
But when the president says, I am going to appoint my own IGP, the IGP is more or less affiliated to the president in power.
Mm-hmm.
And then they will also come and then appoint commanders, regional commanders, district commanders who are also in line with the